Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll check out the best budget lenses for Sony A7iii in the market. The budget lenses for Sony A7iii listed here are recommended by the reviewers and have lots of positive feedback from the actual users. So if you're looking for the best one for you that is worth your money, then keep watching this video. I guarantee you'll find the best and suitable one for you from this list. One more thing, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Check the links in the description. Okay, let's start with the video. At the first position of our list, we have Sony A7iii f1.8. I absolutely love that amazing lens, and it's at an excellent price. Honestly, this is a fantastic lens that I think really almost every Sony shooter should probably go ahead and pick up and add to their kit. This lens has been in my kit for a couple of months now, and I've been absolutely loving it. I've been shooting tons of videos for this, along with tons of photos, and recently took it out on a photo shoot to really kind of put it through its paces. I did the entire shoot using this one lens, trying out some full body shots and close-up shots, and realistically, I'm absolutely blown away with what you can get for a lens at sub $600. As I mentioned already, this lens shoots at 1.8, which will give you an amazing shallow depth of field. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Viltrox A7iii f1.8. If you're on a budget, this might be a genuinely good option for you. It's bigger, heavier, and a big difference in weight for some people that will be a deal breaker for me. I like lenses to feel big and heavy. It just feels like it's well built. The design, the finished smoothness of the metal on everything about it, feels like a solid, well-built lens. It is not weather sealed, so a nice big focus ring on there is obviously important. It's focused by wire, but it's very smooth and fun. And it's nice. Let's talk about sharpness, something that people strive for when they're taking photos. Everyone wants their photos to look nice and crispy sharp. The number 3 position is held by Sony A7iii f1.8. It's your classic first 50mm lens on the full frame. That's a lovely versatile focal length, giving you a nice emphasis on your subject while still being wide enough to see the bigger picture on an apps camera. It's a full frame equivalent focal length, 75mm, so that's a lot tighter but still useful for general purpose photography and pretty good for portrait shots. 2. This lens does not have image stabilization. It's made of plastic, and it's a little larger than you might expect to see on a mirrorless camera lens. Between the metallic lens mount and the rear optical element, there is quite a deep gap. Next at number 4 we have Sony A7iii f210f/4.56, a trendy telephoto zoom lens for Sony's mirrorless E-mount cameras. It's designed to cover an APS-C camera sensor in Sony's mirrorless cameras. While it will work on a full-frame E-mount camera, you'll have to shoot in clock sensor mode. So, this telephoto lens begins and zooms all the way into 210mm, the full frame equivalent of 315mm. Although, admittedly, some zoom lenses can take you even further than nuts. To keep the size, weight, and price of this lens down, it has a dark maximum aperture of only f4.5 and a wide end to pretty dark f6.5. So it wouldn't be beneficial for shooting in dark situations or getting fast shutter speeds or out of focus backgrounds. The number 5 position is held by Sigma A7iii f1.4. That's an excellent value for money for an autofocus lens with such a wide maximum aperture. When shooting with an aperture as wide as f1.4, you can shoot in dark conditions and indoors far more easily than with a darker aperture lens. And also, you can get far more out of focus backgrounds in your images, and that 30mm focal length is the full frame equivalent of about 45mm. The lovely standard field of view, wide angle enough to get the bigger picture a bit, but tight enough that you can get a good emphasis on your subject. So, this could potentially be a handy piece of kit. The number 6 position is dominated by Sony A7iii f1.4. The Sony A7iii f1.4 G Master lens is one of my favorite lenses to shoot for many reasons. First, let's talk about the build and overall size of this lens. This lens is actually super lightweight and compact, and I believe this is literally one of the smallest and lightest full-frame 24mm prime lenses. This solid and compact lens is probably one of the main reasons I think this is such a versatile lens, not front-heavy like you wouldn't get with other lenses. When you're out traveling and going about your day, it definitely helps with your camera. It is very light and compact. This build is very nice. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Tamron A7iii f2.8. I purchased the Sony A7iii a couple of months ago, and, to be honest, I didn't really have much of a budget left over to get some lenses with it. So I settled on this, which is the Tamron A7iii f2.8. This is a very versatile zoom lens that's got excellent positive reviews from many reviewers out there. I've pretty much been using this camera and this lens set up extensively over the last couple of months out there in the real world. This review will come from our real-world use of it extensively on many photo shoots and portrait shoots, particularly some street photography. So let's go over the pros of the lens first, of which there are many. The number 8 position is held by Tamron 17-28 f2.8. This is the Tamron 17-28 f2.8 Sony A7iii full frame. Tamron actually created a version of that lens at a much lower and budget price. So that's why I was interested in getting my hands on this lens and testing it out to see if I like it to recommend it to you guys. I personally wanted to know if I could actually implement this lens into my filmmaking style and my vlogs on my YouTube stuff. I tested out the autofocus getting pictures, the image quality, and the low light performance. Getting actual real-world use out of this lens and really putting it through its paces, and one of the first things I tested out was the autofocus. Next at number 9 we have Sigma 16 f1.4. We know that every penny counts, so you don't want to waste any buying a lens that won't do justice to your expensive new camera. The Sigma 16 f1.4 is a perfect product for photography enthusiasts, with a Sony A7iii looking to take their image quality to the next level and up their game. The lens features a large f/1.4 aperture that can importantly capture low-light shots, while also providing superior sharpness in challenging shooting conditions like dimly lit indoor spaces where other lenses may struggle to achieve similar results. It has a great build quality with a complete metal exterior. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Meike f1.7 full-frame lens for Sony A7iii mount. This Meike f1 lens is another top option that will provide you with both versatility and durability in a number of different situations. The f1.7 aperture is more than capable of getting quality images in low light, and the multi-layer design makes the lens easy to adjust. A multi-coated front element helps to reduce ghosting and flare, while the structure of 6 elements in 5 groups helps you capture the perfect image. That's all for today. If you've already used any of these products, do let us know by commenting below. It will help others to a worthy buy. Thanks for watching.